Hi dear viewers, welcome to my next podcast. Today's topic is one of the basic and important topics to be known in the field of geology. Let's start our lesson without giving too many spoilers. Groundwater is often imagined as underground lakes or rivers flowing through large empty spaces. However, this is not accurate. In reality, groundwater exists within tiny pores and fractures inside rocks and sediments, and it moves through these small spaces. To understand how groundwater behaves, two case concepts must be considered: porosity and permeability. Look at this video. Porosity refers to the amount of empty space within a rock. For example, sand has relatively high porosity because there are many gaps between the grains. In contrast, clay has lower porosity due to its compact structure. However, porosity alone doesn't determine whether water can flow. For groundwater to move, these pore spaces must be connected. This property is called permeability. Permeability describes how easily fluids can pass through a rock. Sand typically has both high porosity and high permeability, allowing water to flow freely. Clay, on the other hand, may contain pore spaces, but they are poorly connected, so water movement is extremely limited. Groundwater generally flows from areas of higher uh, pressure to areas of lower pressure. This movement is very slow. In some cases, water may take years to travel just a few meters. Because of this slow flow, groundwater systems are highly sensitive to contamination, and once polluted, they are very difficult to clean. An aquifer is a geological formation that can store and transmit groundwater. Aquifers are one of the most important sources of fresh water for human use. Therefore, understanding and managing these systems is essential in geology and environment sciences. Conclusion: groundwater is not simply stored water underground. It is part of a complex system controlled by the physical properties of rocks. Understanding this system is crucial for effective water resource management and for interpreting geological processes. That's all for today's lessons. I think it gave you useful information. If you want to continue the lesson, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.